It was in the practice room earlier on, before this evening session started. Fans just burst into this song, as they do every now and again. Couldn't get enough of it. Pointing it out to everybody in the practice room. They're singing my name in there. Pointing out to Michael van Gerwen. Peter Wright, a man who finally claimed his first major title in Minehead, the home of World Darts, at the UK Open Finals. And nobody will ever take that away from him. Peter Wright, major champion. We've not seen many of those in the PDC, not many new ones over the last few years. But we have one now. The question is, can he go on and build upon that success? I'm Dan Dawson, talking you through his game with Christian Kist, a former world champion himself, of course, winner at the Lakeside. Chris Murphy alongside me for this one.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a little delay before this match as they change the board. Both players have asked and it's been agreed. I'm not quite sure why, but all is fair when both players agree the board to be changed, and that's what's going to happen. And as per Peter Wright's walk-on song instructions, there is no sign of the party stopping, Dan. Certainly all having a very good time here in Hildesheim. We are going to see the highest two ranked players in this tournament back-to-back. The number 1 and 2 seeds. So first Peter Wright against Christian Kist, and then the world number 1 and world champion Michael van Gerwen will take on Jermaine Watamina. Wright, the Scotsman. I think it's just worth giving a little mention. Well, we've got a Scotsman on the stage, and it's 5 years today since the passing of the great Jockey Wilson, a man who would be very proud that 2 of the world's top 3 are Scottish, Gary Anderson and Peter Wright.
Yeah, what a World Cup team that would be, eh? Never know, might happen. I think we may be ready to go. Winner of this one will face the Bullet, Stephen Bunting, another former winner of the Lakeside World title. He managed to overcome his good mate Dave Pallett earlier on. It wasn't plain sailing for Bunting. Pallett had a real chance to take it to a deciding leg.
Yeah, Mr. Dart for I think a 106 checkout.
It was, yeah, double 18. Missed just outside, not very far away. Boisterous here in Halle 39 for this one. I don't think it's going to quieten down for the rest of the evening.
Played into Peter Wright's hands, hasn't it, changing the board, because the crowd have just carried on singing the Peter Wright chant.
And there's every chance they'll sing this right the way through the game. I remember in Dusseldorf a few years back where they managed to sing Simon Whitlock's name right the way through an entire session.
Yeah, he wasn't even the tournament.
He wasn't even there.
Game on.
A wee jest he was, and he's here tonight as well. He's going to play Kevin Painter later on. Mensto Suljovic against Mervyn King, and Joe Cullen against Jamie Bain, the other matches this evening. But Wright off to a decent start. Tons to kick us off. He's returning to the stage for the first time since, well, he's been in the Premier League, but in a tournament since winning the UK Open. And we were just talking before we came on air, Dan, his performance levels have dipped ever so slightly. I mean, it's a bit overcritical to suggest that he's gone after winning the UK Open, but maybe there's just been a little bit of a sense of relief and foot off the gas.
Possibly. It's you know what, relief has got to be the word, hasn't it? Because you hear Peter Wright, and we've heard him over the last few years, and every single interview, win, lose or draw, it's always about striving to be better, to find some way to get that little extra 0.5% out of himself that can turn him into a major champion. And finally it happened for him in Minehead. And you would think it's going to be a weight off his shoulders, because everybody, it was Peter Wright, the greatest, or the best player in the world right now, not to have won a major title. What a set-up shot that is, by the way, from Christian Kist.
Yeah, he's going to try and silence the crowd, isn't he, Christian Kist?
He's a little bit fortunate to be here, Christian Kist, because he played Michael Ploy, a debutant, in his first round game. It was a dog of a game, but fascinating at the same time. Double 18. Oh, hang on, maybe he didn't think he needed another dart. Just leave them there. Well, he needed 2. Good left one.
Christian Kist, second meter to Robert.
Just looking by Peter Wright's foot, see if the third dart is on the floor, Christian Kist. showboating tactics. That'd be some ploy, wouldn't it, from Kist?
I like that.
83.
Yeah, but Michael Ploy missed a match dart against Christian Kist in a bizarre game, it has to be said. Ploy looked like a pub player for half of it and a world beater for the other half. And Kist just could not get into a rhythm, and it very nearly cost him his place in the tournament. But he is here, he's got an opportunity to take on the number 2 seed and world number 3 and potentially make the final day of action. And Kist will not be scared of Peter Wright because they've met 5 times previously, and Kist has had the beating of him in 3 of those, including a couple of weeks back on the Pro Tour.
And it's not that those meetings were before Peter Wright really put his foot down, because Christian Kist was still playing in the BDO in those days, so not many players will have that record in that time frame.
Yeah, quite right. The only thing I would say, I mean, his other couple of wins came in 2015, but the only thing I would say is that Peter Wright, the 2 wins he's had, they've been in the bigger games. They've been in quarterfinals and semi-finals. It's almost as if Kist has managed to catch him cold early on in tournaments, the early stages, before he's really settled into a rhythm. We know Peter Wright is a guy who has a lot of experience of going deep into tournaments. Look at his European Tour runs last year. He made 3 finals. Lost twice to MVG. Lost another one to Kim Huybrechts, of course. Missed a match start to beat him.
Then, of course, before the UK Open, his only previous victory on stage was a European Tour event. Kind of mini majors, we like to call them. Well, I like to call them. What do you like to call them?
I call them European Tour events. Now then, Peter Wright. Oh, well, it was an attempt at tops.
Audacious.
60.
Well, Peter Wright could be made to pay as Kist looks at double 10. Wright went for 2 double tops.
20.
Sometimes, you know, if you're watching and you see your opponent attempt that, it can just put you off a little bit. I'm not saying that's what happened, I've got no idea. Having tried to hit 2 doubles, he's struggling to find 1.
15.
Wow. Peter Wright
20.
on the brink of trailing 2-0. Big opportunities these, not really ones you can pass up against the world number 3, you would think. Double 2. It's a little bit more like it. Peter Wright manages eventually to get over the line.
Opportunity missed for Kist.
100.
But he's back with a vengeance.
It should be noted that UK Open victory for Peter Wright didn't come in isolation. He went in there having won 3 of the 6 qualifying events for the tournament. Oh, hang on. My word, Christian Kist, back-to-back 180s from the lipstick to leave 1-4-1 on the tantalising prospect of a perfect leg. Chris Murphy, I'll let you take this.
Well, 9 darters don't happen on the European Tour, Dan.
105.
10 darters do, though.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. Just don't happen and just
don't happen.
Wait for it not to happen.
Yeah, you've got at least another couple of visits before this leg ends, so just chill your beans.
140. Britain requires 36.
We love a 10 darter. Or an 11. We're quite keen on 12s. Yeah, why
George
not?
the leg. Christian Kist for Black Peter to Rovers.
Well, it's been a bit of a shaky start from the Scotsman, it has to be said. Christian Kist averaging around the 95 mark, Peter Wright in the low 80s.
Oh.
Now the thing is, Dan, 9-darters don't happen on the European Tour.
No, well, they don't. So just don't get excited. I wouldn't say go and put the kettle on. It'll still be very, very good.
140.
But Christian Kist is emphatically not going to throw a 9-darter here. I told you. Well, I've given up. It's been 4 years. I've tried reverse psychology. I've tried jinxing it. I've tried bigging it up. I'm trying here, people. I am trying. Ross Smith, where are you? Oh,
That's better.
180.
Wright lands a maximum, but Kist is going to be somewhere pretty handy.
140. Peter, you're going 140.
it might need to go here.
Might end up going for tops again, and he won't be given the option. Kist missed a big chance to break
Peter, you're going 96.
earlier on. Will he put it right this time? Double 18 for an 11-dart break. Wonderful stuff from the Dutchman.
Well, 12-darter, 11-darter. That is world-class darts. They're the darts of a former world champion. And Christian Kist has opened up a gap here. He's throwing to try and make it 4-1.
100.
And he's in and around that treble 20 with alarming regularity from Peter Wright's point of view.
Yeah, it's gone well above the 100 average there. Look at that, 13 points ahead of his opponent.
And that first 9 average, I mean, that'll help when you're smashing in 180s at the start of legs, as Christian Kist has managed to do the last couple of legs running.
Is he playing the role of bogeyman to Peter Wright, Christian Kist?
Well, penny for the thoughts of Michael Ploy right now, the man who missed a dart to knock Christian Kist out yesterday.
Look at that there, Wright's winning leg was 23 darts.
Well, that can't continue, otherwise Peter Wright is going to go out 6-1.
100.
And that would be a shock.
We've already seen a shock this evening. James Wade surrendered a 5-1 lead against Darren Johnson and squandered half a dozen match darts along the way. Michael Smith also departed, defeated by Jan Dekker. But all he received safely through, Dan.
Yeah, and that's Michael Smith. Michael Smith last year, we know the problems he had, but he started this year very strongly, Michael Smith. And he's not been very far away from claiming another title on the floor.
100.
I think Peter Wright may have denied him in one of those finals. But Christian Kist has given himself a very realistic chance here of a 4-1 lead against the world number 3. Peter Wright is battling, and that does get him to a finish, but Christian Kist probably going to get 2 visits here if he needs them. He loves double 18. Not going to get a go at it here. Well, 76, a simple equation. Does he not like... maybe didn't think he could see a great deal of that treble bed because the dart was covering it. But he will get 2 darts for the leg unless Peter Wright can take out a massive one.
Well, he needs something to get himself going. Could
Maybe this is
be it? Could it?
Emphatically,
Peter
Wright, 160 checkout from absolutely nowhere.
Where did he find that from? The 160 shot, showpiece finish from Peter Wright, and look at him go now. Perfect, Peter.
The blue touch paper has been lit for Peter Snakebite Wright. Stand well back
100.
and admire the fireworks. 160, followed by 180. Followed by another 60. There are just those little times when these top players in the world, they put in a big finish like that, kick off 180, and you think they're going to go on one of those magical Van Gerwen-esque runs of perfect darts.
100.
Van Gerwen's managed to do it 2 or 3 times where he's gone 17. I think even 20 darts, was it? Is 20, 21 darts, something like that, perfect darts in a row, when he very nearly produced 2 9-darters at the World Championship.
105.
Well, Peter Wright's been winning more titles than MVG this year. 3 of the 6 UK Open qualifiers, and then went on to win the finals. And he's one of only 3 men to hold a TV title, Peter Wright. Well, a big TV title.
Double 19. Ooh.
78.
Well, it'll be interesting when he comes back whether he decides to split this. I would think he will.
But I would think he would.
140.
Well,
Please, you
let's
require
find
28.
out, Murph.
Well, I think you're right, Dan.
Yes!
But the reason why I said he might not, because why didn't you just throw the 6 to the last start in the previous visit?
Well, I'll try and finish it off there. One for the average.
Christian, you
Maybe he should have gone at the
require
19s
66.
because he's missed it.
Yeah, well, that makes me right then, doesn't it? So let's...
Now, Christian Kist. Double top he wants. Oh, he's pulled
46.
that down savagely.
Please,
And
you
it was
require
an
16.
important moment because Peter Wright may be about to level this game up. Oh, but he might not. And he's
Tricky.
going all over the place.
Yeah, tricky, isn't it? This will be some dart if it finds a target.
To the sixth flag.
And look what it means to him.
Seventh flag, Christian Rover.
Well, instead of
Game on.
4-2 Kist, it is now 3-all. Peter Wright still needs to find another break of throw, but Christian Kist, what an opportunity that was.
Yeah, slow start from Snakebite. He's certainly found his range now. The 160 just saw him burst into life, didn't it?
91.
Followed it with a maximum. And all of a sudden, he's back level, and you can see his average has risen there. He was down in the low 80s
96.
just 5 minutes ago.
Still nothing wrong with that stuff from Christian Kist because he knows that if he carries on playing at this level, he has a
32.
very realistic chance of going on to knock out Peter Wright. Yes, he could have been 4-2 up. But he's still playing pretty well here.
99.
And it's only taken one monstrous 160 checkout from Peter Wright and then a very strong leg to hold throw where he nearly messed it up anyway.
And we know he's a man who knows how to win on the stage, Christian Kist,
60.
former Lakeside champ.
Well, plus we saw him, was it Dublin, wasn't it, where he made the final on the Pro Tour?
I think it was, yeah, Dublin, yeah, against Michael Van Gerwen.
96.
Christian Kist and Ronnie Hybrex, the beaten finalists in those two Pro Tour events.
Had a good run at the Grand Slam one year, didn't he?
That was the year after he won the Lakeside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beaten
he
by
made
Barney.
the quarterfinals.
45. Christian, you require 100.
Chance to go ahead again then, 110 and 2 visits to clean it up, but may only need 1. Double 16. To wrestle back the lead.
Christian Kist.
And a 15 dart leg from Christian Kist with that ton plus checkout. And that 15 dart, you know, that's the 100 average. That's pretty much what he's been throwing over the course of this game. And Peter Wright fires in his third 180.
Yeah, all of Christian Kist's winning legs have been inside 15 darts.
Yeah, Christian Kist made the quarterfinals of the Players' Championship final just before the World Championship as well, equaling his best run in a PDC major event. So there've been signs, and oh dear, getting excited again.
140.
They're threatening to do something special, these boys.
Well, we have got Michael Van
100.
Gerwen next, and if anyone's going to produce perfection, it's usually him, isn't it? 2 in 1 match this year, MVG, becoming just the second player ever to do that. This is a classic MVG style setup, isn't it, from 181? Treble 20 ball, treble 13 to lead 32, and Peter Wright could smash in a 10-darter.
121.
Well, Christian Kist
32.
missed a dart for a 10-darter earlier. Peter Wright's done the same.
But
he doesn't miss the 11th, and wow. It's still a very difficult one to call here. Peter Wright has certainly upped his level as the game has gone on, but Christian Kist has been pretty impressive right the way through, and Wright knows he's got to find a break, and it might have to be here with Kist only going off 41.
Can he find a treble, or will he let him off? Finds a treble, last dart, Peter Wright. Is this the chance now to break?
Well, Wright has hit 3 180s in this game. All of them have come on his throw, and one of those legs he managed to lose.
45.
He could really do with one against the throw here. He's already stolen the darts, but he just wants to put himself into an unassailable lead. And that will help.
140.
Is Peter Wright about to strike? It's the perfect time to get the break. In this 9th leg, we've mentioned it so often.
100.
Break, go 5-4 up, be thrown for the match in the next leg. Your opponent, very little time to turn it around.
Well, if that UK Open victory taught us anything about Peter Wright, it showed us that he is a man who can deal
100.
with the weight of expectation. He was made favourite for the tournament, and he, well, cruised to victory. He had one real epic battle in the quarterfinals against Raymond van Barneveld, but he was still the most comfortable winner, albeit 10-8.
Yes, yeah, he was, yeah. Had the help of a power cut and had to produce some excellent darts to come from behind and beat Barney in that one, but he did do it, and he did under huge pressure. He knew that whoever won that match would be favourite to go on and claim the title. At the time it was him, but Barney would have become the favourite.
And the type of character Peter Wright is as well, just while we're talking about that, his victory speech consisted of a credit for Gerwyn Price and Michael van Gerwen and none for himself.
Yeah. But I think even Peter Wright would credit himself if he took this one out, because it's a huge moment in this game for the break. Oh, it's right above the wire. Well thrown dart, not far off. Christian Kist for a killer blow. Wonderful dart. And that's pretty wonderful as well. Christian Kist knows the importance of that.
Peter to throw first. Game on.
Well, we were all expecting, along with 2,500 German fans, Peter Wright to get that break there and now be throwing for the match. He's throwing to stay alive, and he's off with a match. It's looking like we are going to be going all the way to a 11th and deciding leg.
Well, James Wade uncharacteristically could not quite produce the goods in the deciding leg in his game earlier on, but Peter Wright may be about to take us to a deciding leg with the most stunning of penultimate legs, because he has got that awkward treble 19 out the way. 2 treble 20s for double 12 for perfection.
There's the first one. Oh, just wide of the mark. A grimace on the face of Peter Wright. Dan Dawson just punched himself in the face. We won't be hearing from him for the rest of the match. You alright, Dan?
Just give me a moment.
60.
Well, for the third time in this match, these guys are on a 10-darter. We've had a 12, we've had an 11. And we still won't get a 10. Good a 3 for a 12-darter. Why not? We are going all the way in what has been a fascinating game.
Game on.
Yeah, real crowd pleaser this one. Now, which one of these players will be progressing to take on Stephen Bunting tomorrow?
58.
And it's not the start that Christian Kist would have been hoping for, and a man with the class of Peter Wright will look to put a huge dent in this and jump all over that slip from Kist.
81.
Not quite what he was looking for either. Oh, Christian Kist.
59.
6 darts thrown, not a single big treble among them. Peter Wright, what an opportunity. Christian Kist has been scrapping hard all the way through this, and both men going off the book. Peter Wright, on his own throw, by and large, has been very impressive, certainly in the second half of this game.
96.
But when it comes to breaking the Kist throw, he's done it once, and that took that incredible 160 checkout. He's not been able to do it for the rest of the game. He has to do it here. He's going out the tournament. Is he staying there?
140.
But still, it's finely balanced. Christian Kist with a couple of trebles. Well, it doesn't get down to a finish, so Wright should be on a finish first.
You would think he needs 2 trebles, don't you?
Well, he's got one, so he will be on a finish first, but how small will that finish be? I think it'd be quite small, Dan. Oh, where would last start? Could it cost him?
Well, at least it's a finish for Peter Wright where he only needs one treble for a match start. But Christian Kist does not apply the pressure. And Peter Wright,
112.
he couldn't ask for much better opportunity in a deciding leg. Christian Kist has thrown 15 darts and is still on a 2 treble finish, so Peter Wright is going to get match darts. It's 1 at double 16 for a 6-5 win. And there it is. Peter Wright battled and is scraped through to the final day of action. Christian Kist and Peter Wright have put on a show here. Both men threatening to produce the perfect leg of darts. Kist went 6 darts into it. Peter Wright went 7 darts into it. But a 160 checkout in the 5th leg from Peter Wright turned the game around. He still had to produce something pretty special in the deciding leg to get the job done. But Snakebite is still in with a chance of claiming a 2nd Euro Tour title. We will see him take on Stephen Bunting, another former Lakeside champion, in the 3rd round tomorrow afternoon. We'll grab a quick couple of words with him, and then it's some bloke called Michael Van Gerwen on stage as he takes on the tree-trunk-necked Jermaine Wattermain of the Machine Gun.
In Runde 3 ein, und das bedeutet, steht im Achtelfinale. Peter, congratulations. There was a close one. That was really close.
Only making it close for the crowd.
Oh, thank you very much. Great atmosphere here, huh?
You guys are amazing.
It was something like a roller coaster. You had this 160 check out, you had this 6-7 perfect darts, you know. It was a roller coaster.
Yeah, I played well on my throw, but I couldn't break him. You know, he's a world champion. He's no muppet. He's a fantastic guy. But you guys have got me through. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow again. Peter Wright!